This is Joe Pugh for IFLTV. We are in Hamburg. It is the 62nd annual WBC convention. He's flown in. He's flown in today. Charlie Edwards, you've only been here a few hours, but you've got about. I'm seeing photos on your Instagram, BoxRec t-shirts. Charlie's in town, boy. You all right?
Yeah, 100%. Just a fly-in visit, 24 hours in Hamburg. I'm back on the aeroplane at 7 o'clock in the morning, back home to Portugal. And yeah, it's great to be here, you know. I've been invited to the WBC convention back when I was world champion. At the time, I didn't go because it was over in Mexico, and at the time, it was a bit sore for me, going straight to Mexico for that. So it's always something I've wanted to do. I wanted to come this year especially to say a big, massive thank you to Mauricio Solomon, the head of the WBC, because when I was left inactive and got messed around, which is well documented, I'm not going to go too much into that again, I lost all world rankings across all governing bodies, and I was in no man's land and nowhere to be. And in the Who Needs Him club, and I reached out to Mauricio, being an undefeated flyweight WBC champion, and let him know my situation. And he stuck by me last year, and he put me into the top 15 and got me my first world ranking back. And now I've gone and proved that it was the right decision, going away, having back-to-back 2 fights, championship level fights, and putting in good performances and showing that the inactivity that got dealt with me in the past weren't an issue. And like a true champion, I just wanted to come here especially to thank him, shake his hand and give him a big hug. And it was nice to be welcomed very well. And it's true what they say, my blood is green and gold. I'm ranked number 4 now with the WBC. I've sized up Nakatani today. Went over, all respect to him and his team. They were great people. Shook his hand, got a picture with him, and yeah, like, we're chasing greatness.
That green and gold belt, there's a lot of them flying about, whether it be in bracelets, mini versions. I bet it just gets the blood going again, doesn't it? What, 5 years ago that was yours, and 5 years later it's going to be yours again, right?
Yeah, 100%, 1,000,000%. It's written. It's my destiny. I've worked too hard. I've sacrificed too much behind the scene. I've given it my life, my soul, and everything that's happened to me, I believe it has made me the person I am today, and it's the person that I need to be to deliver and become that world champion again. And I'm looking forward to it. There's a great journey ahead of me. I'm back in big time boxing. Look, I'm on IFLTV again. Do you know what I mean? It means I'm back. And it's nice. It's nice to be here. And like, I've been training so hard and living the life and breathing it day in, day out. So now I think this 2025 is the year that Charlie Edwards becomes world champion. 2025 is the year that people stand up and put some respect back on my name.
Your first fight back earlier this year, emotional night, you could see kind of what it meant to you, and then you went into your next fight. Obviously, your brother in the other corner, there's a bit of a storyline to it, but that night you felt relaxed, like you could look relaxed, and you felt like you was back into the kind of fit string of things. Does it feel like now is the time where you can really push on because you've had them two, and you feel like you're back in your stride?
Yeah, 100%. Like, getting back into championship fights again after like 4 or 5 years is a long time, do you know what I mean? And actually having someone invest in me and get me the titles that I wanted in proper fights. I didn't want no gimme fights, no easy fights. The first fight was very an emotional time for me. I tell you, and I ain't afraid to say this, like, I never thought that was coming back at some stages. And even when I was walking past the York Hall that week, I was crying. Like, it was emotional. Like, even when I walked the ring, it was an emotional feeling when my ring walk music played and I was going down there and like I was back, and then rolling on that, going for the Thomas Asomba fight and being in my element, being in big time boxing as well, playing a good build up, back and forth with my brother, and it was lovely to be involved in. But with the time away from boxing, what I've done is I've developed because I've watched boxing. I've become a real big boxing fan. I've watched all the events. I've watched all the press conferences. And it's given me that like showmanship now. And that's what I'm looking forward to this year. We're going big. And this year is going to be massive, big fights. Fight on the horizon that I think is nearly done. We're waiting on the last I's and the T's and the dots. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting, and hopefully I will have some news with everyone over the next couple of weeks. But Charlie Edwards is in big time boxing again, and it's going to be a fun journey.
I think everyone who's followed your career up to now knows it's always fun, it's always exciting, and drama as well. And we will talk about drama, but I do want to just go on Junto Nakatani. He's been around a week. You said you had a picture of him. All respect, but you've told me before you want to go out to Japan. You want to dethrone the king. You've done it before. You will do it again.
100%. I believe in myself. I know what I'm putting in. I know how I'm working. I know what I've sacrificed, and I know the best Charlie Edwards on his day can be anybody in the world. And I'm not shying away from the monsters in the division, because let's be real, he's the monster in this division. So if that's the way it's got to be, that's the way it's got to be. I've never shied away from any challenge or test in my whole career. I fought John Real Casemiro after in my 9th fight, a 2-weight world champion who had double the knockout ratio than I had fights. So I proved myself. I take proper fights. I've always called for the proper fights, like Cal Yafai, Paul Butler, and they have turned them down. And I'm not that type of fighter, and I'm going there. And every step along this way right now, it's all God's plan. It's all my destiny, and I'm looking forward to taking them steps.
Last time I did see you was in Birmingham 2 weeks ago. Difficult night for yourself and everything that transpired with your brother, obviously announcing his retirement. There's 2 things I want to speak to you about that night. Were you shocked when you see the video of the corner work? I know he joked and said he thought he got away with that one, but it's your own flesh and blood. It must have been hard to watch that.
Yeah, 100%. I would be lying if I said, no, I expected it and it was hard to watch. It was a bit of a shock, to be honest, for me, and it was a sad moment. We all know that weren't Sonny Edwards. That's fact. Like, I think everyone knows it. Everyone's seen it. Yeah, it was a sad time. Obviously, Sonny's got to reassess things and take some time for himself. And I'm going to be there to try and support him through it, and be his shoulder to lean on if needs be. And yeah, it was a sad moment. I'm not going to sit here and lie. But I've seen a lot about Chris Williams as well, which I've got to state here. Had Chris had pulled him out in that fight, it wouldn't have been a good look for Sonny, and all the people on the outside would have slated him. And I feel like Chris deserves some props, because he got in Sonny's head, he put Sonny right, and if Sonny really wanted to pull out, trust me, he would have. He's a strong-headed character, but he got his head right. And I think Sonny said this on a few interviews as well, that he's happy that this happened, because he put him back in thing, and he did, and he carried on fighting. I know that weren't my brother in the ring. I know that seen things behind the scenes for a long time. Like, Sonny's a phenomenal guy, man. Like, what people don't realise is, like, even when he fought Bam, I'm saying this now, yeah, if Sonny was the old school Sonny, who trained properly and put in every last bit of work, things would have been different. His training regime over these last couple of years weren't the same as when he was on the up. I don't know how he got away with it for so long. That's how good he is. Like, I'm not going to go too much into that, because I don't want to blurt that out. Yeah, but
that's for Sonny to talk about as well.
That's for Sonny to talk about. But yeah, who knows what the future holds for him? If the want isn't there for him, then it's the right decision. However, I know how it is to go through these kind of stages, because it happened to me, and things change with time and reassessments and the right people around you and a thing. And yeah, we'll see what the future holds for Sonny, but right now he's happy with his decision, and he's going to be kept busy. He's a great commentator. He is a great manager. He's getting look at Ishmael Davis, mate. Bloody hell! Like, what more do you need? Proofs in the pudding. How much money that guy's earned lately. So he's doing really well. He's looking forward to growing his management stable. His commentary side of things is going to be busy, and for the build up to my next fight, he's going to be coming and joining me in camp as well, and I value my brother and his IQ, and he's got a great boxing brain, and the way he explains things and breaks things down. So he'll be joining me and Stephen Smith in camp as well with his little intuition, and so it's going to be a good journey moving forward. And yeah, it was sad for me. I'm not going to lie, it was sad for me. But weeks before, I kind of grasped that Sonny wasn't turning up as the Sonny of the thing, and I tried to have conversations with him and tried to be there, and he's thanked me massively for being there for him, and he could tell that I knew by just looking at me, that he knew that I knew by just looking at me. But come on, man, we're brothers, we stick together, we play our part in the sport of boxing, and we made a great event and a great fight week. And yeah, I think listen, the Edwards name is still strong, man. The Edwards name is still strong, and to be honest, it's still the Edwards name after that fight, wasn't it? It was like, it's mad. So yeah, Sonny will brush himself down, and the future's bright.
Last one. We all saw the video of the hand getting wrapped with Gamal Yafai. Galal and Sonny were cool. I think they were cool. Yeah, exactly. All throughout the fight week and after the fight. Is the beef squashed with you, Cal and Gamal?
Listen, the beef, I don't think the beef's ever going to be squashed. Let's be real, yeah? Like, they don't like me. I don't like them. Our realities are completely different from one another. My reality is that Cal Yafai ran away from me and went into retirement. I called the fight for 6 years. Everyone wants a big British dust-up, big British showdown. That could have been me and Cal back in the
We saw last week, by the way, with your brother.
And look how many interest it got, how many views it got. So we see what happened with Sonny Edwards and Galal. That was destined as well to be me and Cal, two former world champions going on to win another world title. Do you know what I mean? At that time. And he made, like, I think the problem is with it, like, is that my reality is different to his. He says it's just business. Well, I don't think you can pull the wool over everybody's eyes that it's just business. Because if it was just business, like, we just see what Sonny and Galal done, and we see how much they earn. And let's be honest, yeah, like, you can kid a kidder, but when the facts are the facts, it is what it is. And I think why that the beef will never be squashed is because I've laid it out plain and simple for the whole of the British public to make their own opinion. And guess what? They're all making their opinion and calling him out for it as well. So that's why it will never be squished. However, the Gamal situation, I think it's for the cameras, you know what I mean? Like, we'll see. But same again, I'm not a street fighter. Neither are they. Like, they're not street fighters. We are, well, they were professional boxers. I am a professional boxer. And the only way to do that, and the only way I would ever be willing to think, is not go out in the car park and lose my license. Look at me, I'm at the WBC convention here, ranked number 4, going for a second weight world title. You think I'm silly? Do you think I'm stupid? No. However, if you want to come out of retirement, the offer's always going to be there. The offer's going to stand. And that's all I'm really going to say on that one now, because I feel like I've given them too much light, because it's probably the most light they've had out of their careers and views they've had out of their careers, and the Edwards name has done that to them. And right now I've got a list of people, and the list of people that now are irrelevant don't get spoke about anymore, and they're left in the past. So Cal and Gamal are both left on that irrelevant list right now.
Okay, the band's about to start, so yeah, we're going to get battered over.
Yeah, you want to get on the mic. I see your
Absolutely
karaoke.
not. Absolutely not.
Get on that mic. You smashed that karaoke. Even my bird was like, oh, you're going down to get an interview with the one who was on karaoke. So she'd even see it. So,
well, right, a couple of vodkas maybe. But Charlie, we will speak to you hopefully soon with some fight news. And yeah, have a good rest of 18 hours in Hamburg, mate. I'll see you soon.
See you soon. Nice one, everyone. And thank you for the support. Thanks for all the messages. So many messages checking in on how my brother is and showing him love. And I've seen a lot of good things about him and people caring, and I really appreciate it.
Echo all of those words. Charlie, thank you very much.